Hey trainers, with the land update in Celestia Ultimate, it's time for me to tell you everything about it. That means how to prep before you go to land, how you actually get there, and all the things you can do there, because if you own the land, you literally do not need to leave because you can do so many things there. With each update in Celestia Ultimate, the game just keeps getting better and better. I know all the players that have already been on land, getting eggs, hatching them, leveling them up, they're enjoying their time on the game. Enough of me talking about it, let's finally get into the video so you can start leveling up. But before I do, go like the video if you're enjoying Celestia Ultimate right now, and comment below which one's your favourite champion. Yo trainers, before you go on land, just understand one thing. Only my subscribers will be having the best luck when it comes to getting eggs on land. So to increase your chances more than luck charms and everything else, go subscribe now. With all that said, let's finally get into the video. Cue the intro. So, before any journey, you got to prepare. So before we go to land, there's a bunch of things you want to do before you get there. And if it's your first trip, some of these you need to do first. Now with all journeys, you need to prepare. So here's a list of things you want to do before you go on land. Starting off, you need your monsters. And in reality, you need them to have all their moves. So every single monster on your team needs to be level 10 minimum. Because in reality, the levels doesn't change the stats. So once you've got all 3 moves, you're kind of set up to go. But even better, if you have a stage 2 monster, you can start getting into OTK territory. So you're clearing monsters with one hit. And that allows you to get through games so much quicker. And if you go through matches so much quicker, that means you've got more chances to get eggs. The thing is, you can kind of get around not having a stage 2 monster, but it's really helpful if you do have one. A little teaser before we get on land is you can buy potions there. So you're not going to be that restricted with the cap that you got, which is 26. But in my mind and my kind of mathematics that it is, you kind of want 1,000 coins at minimum or more. Because once you go on land, depending on how much damage you take, how many monsters die and whatnot, depending on how much potions you actually use, depends on how much money you're going to have to spend to replenish the potions you use. So depending on how strong your team is, because if you got all stage 2 monsters, you might not need as much money. But if you got all level 10 or 15 monsters, you're going to need as many potions as you can. So having more money kind of helps, because you don't want to be on land and not have any potions and you kind of got 20 minutes left. So make sure you got enough coins to kind of last the time there. We talked about pots enough here, but this goes without saying. Go with the maximum amount of potions you can have. Obviously you can buy more when you're in the store and go above the cap, but pick up 26 minimum. The thing is with land, it's all about sustainability. How long can you stay on there? How quickly can you clear fights and stay alive? So having potions and coins is the best way to stay on there as long as you can. Then once you get that message saying you're going off land, at least you spend all the time you can there. Now we've talked about all the stuff you can get kind of in game before you go on land. Let's talk about some of the things you need to get outside. And starting off, it's going to be some of the passive items such as the luck charm and the greater luck charm, because these things increase your chance of getting eggs when you're on land. The thing is, you don't want to spend an hour on there and not get any egg for your time. So having these items are super key, as they will increase your chances, and you can definitely feel the difference if you do or don't have the items. And you've got 2 ways to get the items. You can either stake champs tokens and wait the period to hopefully get it in the RNG system of getting passive rewards, or you can go on OpenSea and buy it from there. Out of all the passive reward items, these are the key ones when it comes to getting eggs on land. So these are A1 priority when it comes to investments in the game after you got your champions. This is not financial advice, this is just advice, but don't get angry with me if it goes wrong. Another thing is you need champs tokens to rent it out on land, and you also need matic tokens in your wallet to be able to do the gas fees. Because if you have the error of trying to go on land and you got the black screen, the likely situation is you ain't got the matic for the gas fees. So make sure you got enough of these 2 tokens in your wallet before you go on there. These last 2 things are kind of nice to have, and the first one's going to be type advantage, as if you're doing more damage, that means you kill the monster quicker and you don't take as much damage and you clear the fight quicker. And the thing is, if you've got stage 2 monsters, like always, they help you with this situation here. Yes, stage 2 monsters are the best. They help you with so many things, but do they increase your chance of getting eggs on land? Kinda, because if you think about it, if they kill the monsters quicker, you get the extra RNG chance of getting an egg. So having stage 2 monsters, if you can get 2 fights done in 5 minutes, compared to someone having stage 1 monsters and doing it in having 1 fight in 5 minutes, it's a lot quicker. The last one's going to be attack boosters, as like I keep saying, if you clear the fights quicker, you got more RNG chance of getting an egg. So having attack boosters means your monsters do more damage. And the thing is, these items are passive, and obviously they're passive reward items, so it's kind of funny how they're passive as well. The thing is, this is not like a must-have to go on land, but it's definitely something to look into getting, as once you start getting more consistent time on land, you're going to realize, how can I get more eggs? And then that's the thing. Attack boost is going to be the first option. Now we're all prepared to go on land, and we've talked about preparing so much. Let's finally go explore it. We've already prepared you to go to land, so it's finally time to go there. So you basically want to open a menu and then go to travel to island. And then when you open up this menu, it will have all the monsters here. So you can scroll down, and then you can see at the bottom, right down here, obviously I can't show you, but you can see at the bottom it shows you how much champs it will cost you per the hour. So for example, for this Vega, it will cost you 85 champs to go on there for the hour. And if you scroll down, it's obviously different price for different monsters. And obviously, let's go for this one here. You'll press E, or whatever the controller would be, and then you'll type in how much champs it says on the top here. So this would be 100. So you type 100. And then you go to OK. And then it will take you straight to land. And the thing is, the monsters that you see on the board there, they only show you 1, but you can actually have 3 monsters on there. And there's a secret other one as well, which I'm going to show you. But if you want to know which monsters are on there, you can go on OpenSea and then correspond the number that you've gone to on the land to the OpenSea that number as well. Or you can go into the Telegram and then go into the gamer chat one, and then they have commands, so if you type in the land number that you go into, it will show you all the monsters that are there. So then you can maximize all the monsters that you go there, because obviously you might get 2 eggs for Vega and you might want another monster, and then you can kind of plan out your land farming basically. So now we are finally on land, so let me show you all the things you can do here. But as you can already see, the monsters, you have 3 different monsters you can fight here. You got 1 that will spawn here around these tree areas. You got 2 which will do a path around this area here. It will walk up and down. And then you got the 3rd monster which will be all the way over here. And the 3 monsters will always be in the exact same 3 spots. And now let's show you the 2 people that are over here. And remember I said earlier that you could obviously get potions while you're here? Well, guess what? There's an item shop here. So that's the reason why you needed all the money. So then you can reload on the potions that you use during the battle. So it's pretty great. That's what I mean. If you own land, you never need to leave, because you don't have to pay champs to actually go on there. You can just go on your land. And you also have, once you level up your monsters, because obviously you do gain XP here. It's not great XP, but you do level up. So if you do want to obviously fuse, you've got a fusing person here. You can just go talk to them, and then you can go fuse your monsters. That's what I mean. You can basically do all the things in the game in one place, which is really great. That's the thing with land. You can literally stay here for ages. And remember I said there was a secret other 4th spawn. Well, basically you can go swimming on land, which is a new feature. In Celestia Ultimate, there's going to be a bunch of mobility things like rock climbing and stuff like that. And eventually we're going to get mounts. But if you swim in the water, eventually you'll get a random encounter. And I'm going to wait for the encounter to happen so you can actually see it. While you're swimming around, eventually you'll encounter a battle. And every single land has the exact same battle. And it's the hardest battle you're going to have on land. Between all the monsters you can fight, literally they're going to destroy your team. They're all stage 2 monsters. But it's a secret encounter you can have in the game, and it does drop eggs if you can defeat them. Now we're showing you all the things you can do on land and all the encounters and monsters. Let's finally show you how to leave. Once you finish your time, you might need to leave or whatever. You don't know how to escape land. And basically all you need to do is walk to these doors, and then go here, and then you just leave. It's as simple as that. So now you know everything you can do on land. Now it's time to talk about the main reason you want to go there. How do you get eggs? How do they appear in the game? And also, how do you even hatch them? Because you definitely want these monsters so you can level them up for fusion fodder, or use some of them in your battles. But in reality, it's pretty simple. After you defeat the monster, at the end, there's a chance that there'll be a shiny egg right behind you, or in front of you. But there's one thing you want to remember. Pick it up as soon as you can. Because if you run out of time and the eggs are sitting there, you won't be able to pick it up. And if you increase your time there, you still won't be able to pick it up. It will disappear. So don't be standing there staring at it like, oh my god, the egg is finally here. Because if you do that, you might lose it. And I'm not sure if F1 does the same as me, but I have a little timer to make sure that I know when my land's going to finish, because I don't want that situation to happen to me. I know when you first go on land and you have like a bunch of battles and you don't see an egg, and in your mind you're thinking it's not going to happen, like what's going on, it must be bugged. But just trust me, when that moment happens and then you have like 2 eggs in the one session, you'll understand the system. It's really RNG, and some days the RNG is just not in your favor. Like one day you can go there and have an hour, get 3 eggs, and then you can have an hour straight after and get 0 eggs. Literally, it's down to chance. And the thing is, the passive rewards are the key items to help you get more eggs. So having both sets of the luck charms at 10, because obviously you can hold 5 of each, is the best way to have the best chance to get eggs. Because without them, you can spend 6 hours without any egg. But if you have a few like luck charms, then you'll be getting 1 or 2 an hour. And like it's a horrible feeling when you go on land and you don't get an egg. But then it's an amazing feeling when you go on land and you get a bunch of eggs. It's a weird kind of like limbo feeling you'll constantly be in. But I know I said this before, but finishing battles as quickly as you can is your best friend. Because you're going to have more chances to have the RNG chance of getting an egg. Because if you can get like 20 battles in instead of 10, then there's 10 more chances that you can actually get an egg. And think about it, if every single time you got an egg, that's 10 eggs. So having as many battles as you can is the best thing you can do. But now we talked about how do you get the eggs and how do they appear, let's finally get into how you hatch them. But it's really simple. You go into your inventory, you scroll down to the egg that you got, you click on it, and then you hatch it. And you can hatch them every 4 minutes. The time it takes to hatch the egg could change with any update, but right now it's 4 minutes. But you can you can decrease the time it takes by having a solar stone, which is another passive reward item. As you can tell, the passive reward items are very key in so many factors of the game. So it's best to kind of like collect as many as you can when you can. Well trainers, now you know all the information on land. Now go get all the eggs, as you're going to need them to level up your monsters and to fuse your monsters into stage 2. As when the team drops tournaments, you're going to need the strongest team you can. You're going to need to assemble the best monsters so you can compete. Because if you can't compete, you won't be earning any champs tokens when it comes out. The thing is though, when it comes to PvP, you won't be beating me at all. But when it comes to others, you may have a chance. But I really cannot wait for tournaments to come out. Because it's definitely like my forte, being competitive and literally putting the pause on you guys and put some respect on my name. But that's it from us for today. So if you haven't already, go like the video if you're enjoying it, Celestia Ultimate, and comment below which one's your favourite champion. Don't forget what I said about the egg drop rate. Only my subscribers will be getting all the eggs on land. So to increase your chances on getting eggs, subscribe now. And remember, be a shark in this world, not a whale. And we're going to see you guys next time.